These are 9 things I learned the hard way starting my marketing agency, and I wish I had this video when I started out, so I'm just gonna jump right in. By the way, this presentation was made with Claude AI. I've been messing around more with Claude instead of ChatGPT because it can actually execute these presentations, so it's pretty cool. But the first thing is speed matters way more than perfection. So in the beginning, I was trying to build my own website, tinker with it, make sure it looked absolutely perfect, have the perfect cold calling script. All of this stuff I thought had to be like set up, learn Go High level 100% perfectly before getting my first client. And I realized that was just a massive waste of time. The only thing that matters really at all at the end of the day is talking to more business owners, which is cold calling, going to networking events, and those are pretty much the 2 ways starting out for marketing services, cold calling especially. So speed. The second thing when cold calling is actually starting locally and sounding like a human. So this may be just common sense to a lot of people, but starting locally so that you can actually open the call with, hey, it's Jack. I'm actually 10 to 15 minutes away from you guys here in X area. I saw that you had 15 5-star Google reviews and looks like you're doing pretty good work, ... Instead of, hey man, I'm halfway across the country. Do you need a website? People resonate with local a lot, I found, on cold calls, and just sounding like a human. They get hit with so many random people calling them all the time. So just not having like a set script and just being a person, which is really hard to do, but it's been one of the biggest things in getting my first 10, 15, 20 clients just from cold calling locally and setting up coffee dates. And coffee dates are way easier to close in person than over Zoom. The third thing is call leads multiple times. This specifically for me, I started honing in on working with home service guys and contractors, and these guys are always driving or they're at a job site or working with a client or whatever. Rarely do they answer the phone the first time, to be honest. So it's always requires like 3 to 5 phone calls just to get in touch with the business owner, which is totally fine. It's just, you got to stay consistent and don't just call, somebody once and forget about them. So calling the leads. And then eventually I've been running Facebook and Instagram ads, speed to lead, like Alex Hormozi says, calling them when they opt in within the first minute of your ad is really big too, as they're on Facebook still and they're more likely to answer the phone. This one hurts. This is number 4, collect payment on the call. So if you don't collect the payment on the call, the deal is not closed. In personal experience, there's actually a high likelihood that the deal never goes through, no matter how excited or how much yes they give you on the sales call. Anyone in sales knows this right here. Yeah, the excitement fades the moment that you hang up. So even if they fill out the onboarding form, you get access to their Google profile and their domain or whatever, it does not matter until you collect the payment on the call. So this is a huge one. I'm kicking myself. I could probably have another 10 to 15 clients currently just from doing this one thing. And it's super big. Obviously, you can't force people to give you their credit card info, but if you can just execute getting the Stripe link done while you're on the Zoom or while you're in person, it will just make life way easier. In the beginning, free trials are good for people that you trust and people locally, but man, this one is big. Number 5, targeting businesses that are already doing well. Same for this, like in the beginning, you're just saying yes to everybody. I was taking on businesses that had bad reviews, that had no Google business profile, that, all kinds of stuff. And it's way harder to get them results, but at least you get the reps. So that's kind of a bonus. But now, like, my eyes open wide if I see a Google profile that maybe doesn't have a website and they've got like 25-star reviews on there or some calls coming in, just because it's so much easier to get them as a client and get them good results early on. So number 6, not every client is a good client. Definitely had to learn this the hard way. I've had my fair share of crazy clients. For the most part, I would say 80% of people are amazing clients. They're super easy to work with and are great. There's just sometimes that type of person that no matter how good a job you do or what you deliver, they're going to complain no matter what and just take a lot of your time and energy away from the business. So again, in the beginning, I was saying yes to anybody. And now I can kind of gauge when I'm on the intro call or the sales call, like, oh, the way that this person's talking sounds like maybe they've been burned before, or maybe they've just been burned in life in general, who knows? But they are probably not somebody that you want to sign, even if you can get them to say yes. So again, early on, took on everybody, but now I'm a lot more selective. If I start to pick up on they might have a couple red flags early on, and just by the way that they're speaking, I actually just won't won't move on to the sales call and won't take them on, because that time and energy that would be wasted with that person who's probably going to churn anyway as a client if they're mad or upset, and then you got reputation risk and all that other stuff, can be poured back into sales and marketing and just growing your business and finding a better fit client. So big lesson for me there. Number 7, systems matter more than hustle. Again, in the beginning, for the first 5 clients, I probably built out all of their websites myself. Not the best websites, and definitely wouldn't recommend doing it. In the beginning, I think it's great to hire somebody on Upwork or Fiverr after doing it once yourself and building out the perfect snapshot, or get a snapshot from somebody else online that has a repeatable system that you can copy and paste for every single new client, right? I found the more that I took on custom jobs or custom requests from people, it just ended up taking more of my time. I think I spent over a week on the first client website build. That was a $97 a month client that churned after 3 months. So I could have spent that week actually cold calling more and setting more appointments, but instead I was tweaking little things on the site, thinking all of that mattered. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really. Number 8, testimonials make everything easier. So like Alex Hormozi says, the first 10 testimonials you get are so wildly important, giving you social proof instead of just being like that kid in your mom's basement who's trying to sell marketing to people. So even in the beginning, if you have some clients and you can just build a good relationship with them and build good rapport, and they even haven't gotten maybe the most amazing results yet, but they'd be nice enough to leave you a video testimonial or a review, it's super, super important. And then you can stack those on your socials, on your website, text them out to people that are on the fence, and it just makes you look way more professional. So testimonials, super, super key in the beginning, just doing whatever that you can to make the clients happy. And people are generally willing to leave those. So last one, number 9, consistency beats perfect ideas. This one for me is just sticking with something long enough to actually be able to see it through and see it work, whether that's like cold calling or just the same business model, showing up every day instead of like, oh, I need the perfect hook with the perfect call to action and the perfect all of this stuff. It's more so just staying consistent over time. And when I started anything new, cold calling, recording ads, hiring people on Upwork or Fiverr, you're kind of not great in the beginning, definitely not good, but you just learn slowly, and you get better and better each time. And then by the end, the little things that you were like thinking were huge problems, you're just able to overcome immediately. And especially with cold calling, you just build that like resilience muscle of rejection, where it's like the rejection doesn't even matter. It's just like, how much time are you good without before you get tired for booking calls. Overall, it's just consistency beats perfect ideas here, sticking with the business model long enough. And especially for me with my marketing agency, low ticket and monthly recurring revenue, it's something that builds up on itself over time. Those are the 9 lessons at a glance. I hope this helps somebody who's starting out in their marketing agency journey. You avoid a crazy client, or you collect the payment on a sales call that maybe you wouldn't have, and or you get that first testimonial. I want to make this a pretty quick video. Hope you got some value, and I'll see you in the next one.